This is Mitch for Indigenous Insights, Eagle Radio's weekly Anishinabe radio program. In the studio today, we have Sierra Ayres, contractual employee with the KBIC Keweenaw Transitional Home Program and Services. Sierra, welcome to the studio.
Hi, Mitch. Thank you for having me.
All right. So first of all, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Sure. Well, you introduced me. My name is Sierra Ayres, and I work over at the Keweenaw Transitional Home Program and Services as a contractual employee. And a lot of the things that I'm doing currently is a lot of outreach and event planning towards getting more education out there about our program, about the things that we do, and getting more education out there so that we can have some help from the community in preventing violence in the community and protecting folks in the community. So a lot of event planning, a lot of going out and talking to people and getting people involved more with our program.
Okay, how did you find yourself in this field, and what do you like about your job?
I got my MSW in 2019. I've always been really interested in working with women specifically, but also people who are targeted for violence, which can be anybody really, but particularly, like our Native community, LGBTQ community and things like that. And I also currently work at NMU, and so I've worked a lot with the transitional home through that position. And there's been changes in staffing over at Keweenaw, and so I came in to help fill a gap where that was and doing more of that outreach work.
And what do you really like about it?
I really like working with my community, and I really like working with the folks who work there. It's really nice to kind of problem solve with other people who live in this community and who are dedicated to this community, and try to figure out, what can we do on top of what we're already doing. And so I really enjoy kind of the collaboration piece and being able to serve the tribal community where I've not been able to for a while.
All right, so this is our second time through the rotation. How about a little bit of an update on the program? What's been the latest over there?
Yeah, so the latest, back in May 25th, I believe, we hosted a Safe Summers drive-through. We partnered with the Tribal Police and Tribal Behavioral Health Program to hand out information and kind of like goodie bags, promoting our programs and also giving people items to hopefully have a safe summer, right? We're trying to do violence prevention. We gave out gun locks and things like that for suicide and domestic violence prevention. And then we had our first LGBTQ and Two-Spirit talking circle at the beginning of this month. It was a really great success. We had, I think, 20 to 30 people attend.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was really exciting. It showed to me, beyond the fact that we already know that there's not a lot of services available out here for the LGBTQ community, but that also, not just that there's a need, but there's a desire also from the community to have more spaces specific for our community like that. And then upcoming, so that talking circle we're going to be hosting every month. And it's going to be on the first Tuesday of every month. So this upcoming July, we're going to have it again. The first Tuesday is July 4th, so we're actually going to be having it on July 11th, which is the second Tuesday from 5 to 6:30 over at the Zeba Hall. And the reason, I guess, why we kind of started this talking circle group is to create a more safe, more comfortable community space for people in our community who are queer, trans, non-binary. Like I mentioned, there's not a lot of services available. We have a lot of queer people in our community. And so just making sure that there is space for those people to be their authentic selves and to come and not be discriminated against for just being themselves, and giving people a space to talk about their stories and form that community here.
All right, so this is going to kind of throw you on the spot just a little bit, but I want to give you this opportunity. Say there's an individual right now who is hearing this and they're not quite sure if they want to step forward and take part. Can you address them individually? What would you say to this person if you could talk right to them?
Sure. I would say to those who are maybe interested in coming to this but maybe don't feel like they're sure they want to be out and open in that space is there are people in our community who are out and who are open. Myself, other folks who work with me, you know, and I think that, I mean, that's part of the reason why we've created this group, right? Is so that especially young people can know that there are people in our community who are gay and queer and trans and are out and open and still live like flourishing, successful lives, like still have positive relationships with our families and positive relationships with our communities and still are able to, you know, be ourselves in the community. And it is a scary thing, right? It's scary to like come to a group setting and you don't, you know, we are trying to have an air of confidentiality around our group, but because it's an open community space, you know, we can't always guarantee that, you know, people's stories are going to stay in that space. But everybody, the space is for queer people and allies. And so those who coming, we're not putting up with discrimination in that space. And so that those that are coming should be folks who are supportive of the LGBTQ community and supportive of people living their truths and also protecting people who are still navigating like what their truth is and what that looks like to live out loud.
All right, very good, very good. And before we started recording, you were mentioning some other things coming up in the future. What else do we have to look forward to?
The main thing is our July talking circle. So I would, you know, just want to emphasize that and ask folks to come out and attend that. I think that one of the big things that trips me up and trips like a lot of us up who do this work is that we like traditionally, and we always talk about traditional and like what does that mean, right? But pre-colonization, you know, we didn't view gender and sexuality the same way we do today. The Western binary of this is male, this is female. That's not how we viewed things. We had two-spirit people in our communities who had specific roles and were viewed very highly, were sacred, often healers, often caretakers, because they held the duality of being able to see from all of those perspectives. And so we're really excited about that. We really want people to get involved in that because that's our culture. That's our ways of knowing and ways of being is acceptance and openness. And we also have our October domestic violence walk we have annually coming up, and we're hoping to do more community education around that. Usually we have, you know, our walk and a series of speakers kind of around the same in the same day, and I think we're hoping to bring in some more speakers and bring in some more education to help bring the community together around that issue.
All right, and for people looking to learn more or even get involved, how do they do that?
For people who want to get involved, we're always posting on the KBIC Nimi-Gimi-Wong Facebook page for any events and things that we have going on. We have folks reach out to us there who inquiring about our events and things like that. But really, you can just call us. Our phone number is 353-4599. And we are available. We have 2 advocates up there, myself. We have multiple house unit managers. Call us up if you want to get involved. Message us on Facebook. We'd love to have more people in the community involved in the things that we do because violence prevention, harm reduction, it's really a responsibility of the entire community. And so we welcome folks who are interested in our work. Very good.
And a lot of departments do look for volunteers. Do you officially take volunteers for your events to look for them?
Yeah, we do. We're open to volunteers. So if folks are interested in doing that, we have, you know, confidentiality paperwork and things that we fill out with them, but definitely open to that. And just reach out to us if you're interested.
All right. Very good. That's all I got. Thank you for being here today.
Yeah. Thank you, Mitch.